and welcome back to the Generation Y. You're with me, Scott Sundiata Keita. It's all about the marketplace and how you, as an entrepreneur, can make sure that you advance yourself and make sure your product is out there. And I'm talking to Jean-Jacques, who is the MD of Kemu, which is, of course, an online platform for selling and buying products. Now, Jean-Jacques, before we had gone on break, we had just mentioned the things that set Kemu apart from, of course, all these other platforms. But looking again at the internet,
yes,
what do you think that Kenya especially is ready for a big, massive internet campaign? Do you think we have that kind of market out there?
absolutely believe it, because you see, especially in Kenya, I can see that first of all the government made a tremendous investment in ICT, and people are really willing to use the product, because you can have a place, I don't know, some place even in Europe where you have all the infrastructure you need, but people are not so keen in using new technology. But here people are really very keen to using it, because people are young and they want to try new stuff, and it makes their life easier. Everyone, I mean, if you think about it, a few years ago, we were talking about smartphone, like, and yeah, exactly. And now everyone, I mean, everyone is using it.
Yeah, it's the holy grail.
Exactly. To buy a product, to take taxi, to buy food, banking, everything. So I really believe that the internet is the really good place to be as Kemu. And because you see, when you're a buyer and a seller, the best and the most important a tool you need is information. Information is everything. Which means that for a buyer, you want to know exactly which product is the best at which price. For a seller, you want to understand your customer and be able to reach him everywhere. So that's why I believe internet makes sense for Kenya as a country, and for everyone who wants to make it there.
Exactly. What has been the biggest achievement that you've seen just being the MD of Kenya since inception? What do you think has been the biggest achievement for you guys?
That's a difficult question, because you see, I mean, when we started in Kenya, we used to go and talk about Kemu to sellers in the street, okay, come, but we didn't have any website.
Wow.
Is it? So it was the small team going in the street, talking to people, okay, now it's going to be like this. And we're going to be able to do this, this. So the first big achievement is having this team that has built the business as it is right now. And now having way more than 5,000 sellers on the website, more than 50,000 products, and having more or less 40, depend on the day, 40,000 people and visiting the website. Coming from nothing, just like young, an idea with young people who wanted to bring it. But if I look at all of those are really good achievements. I mean, we also had a few campaigns were really good. We had Black Friday a few weeks ago, where we multiplied by 7 our orders in 1 day. So people actually trusted and got delivered. This is because you can buy, then you have to be delivered.
Exactly.
It's easy to buy, now get delivered.
And exactly, how do you guys deal with that? Because of course, the Kenyan market is still growing and it's still young. How do you deal with the myth that people usually have about internet? Perhaps they might buy something and not get it delivered. How do you change that myth in people, or that belief that perhaps you might buy something and it won't be delivered, or if it gets to be delivered, it's not in the right quality or something?
Okay, okay. This is. But before, if you don't mind, I will just come back to the big achievement you used to say, because I just wanted to tell about one, because I think it makes sense here. It's we have, for example, at Kemu, few sellers, but one I have in mind right now, who started with us at the beginning, and I mean, he was selling product, trying. Sometimes it was not working. He decided to trust us, and now he's being really successful. He's a student. He's like financing his own study with the money he's making on Kemu, helping his family, and I think this is when you talk to him and you saw all the journey he has made. That's why you understand that what we're doing actually makes sense, and that can change really everyone. Then about
the myths,
about the
the myths of the problem of now delivery of service,
and then how this part is I don't have a magic answer. It's customer service, it's communication on internet, it's talking, it's training that we having at we have a station in the center of CBD, where it's called Kemu Genie, where everyone can go and ask questions about Kemu, look at the product, go on internet and look at our product. If you are sellers, you can go and get trained. So we offer that so people can actually go to somewhere, it's not on internet, and understand how it works. For example, if you buy on Kemu and you have high expectation, like I want to be delivered today. Okay, you can go to Kemu Genie and you can discuss with the person and see where is your package. Probably it's already on the way. Or if you call before, maybe we can get it. But that's what the only way to do it is communication and kind of education trainings. I will
train them, and of course civic education, and tell them that this is how the process
because I
goes.
tell you, it's like everywhere. Kenyan customers extremely demanding, and I think like everywhere, and people, it's not because it's on the internet that it should be less a wrong experience, It's not because it's on internet, so it's okay. No, people are really expecting you to be on top.
Yeah, exactly.
They will call you and say, "Where's my package?"
So and I guess that's just how the market is.
I think it's everywhere like this.
Now let's talk about now your team.
Yes.
Do you think that having a young team is like a big resource for you as a company?
Definitely, because now it's like this. If someone here is listening and it doesn't feel like he's young, he's welcome too. but the thing is, like having young people, they bring, of course, new idea and energy. Because when you build a startup, energy and talent is what you need the most. Then trainings, we get them all the time because as you say, as I told you at the beginning, we are in different countries, so we share. Sharing is really important. We share, we can learn from other countries, we can learn from our sellers, we can learn from our buyers. Because, for example, okay, we have a platform, but the person who really understands the market is the person who's actually selling on the street the product. So we do exchange, and I think young people have this capacity to learn really quick and to be smart enough to change their mind when it's wrong.
Exactly.
So for me, it's an asset.
That's very true. Now let's talk about some of the challenges.
Okay.
Of course, I know since the company is not that old, as a young company, of course, you guys have faced some couple of challenges. What are these challenges that you faced since the inception of the company, since it began?
Okay, it's like this. I think if you talk about challenges for startup, most people would think first, money.
Financial.
You need money. Okay, it is important, but I don't think it's the most important really as a startup, because if you think about it, if it was only about money, there is so many people way more richer than us that will do it. But they don't, because it's not all about money. It's also about the team you have, the people you can attract, and this was the first challenge when you started, getting people interested, like to build your team. So it's big. It's about the place where you are, so the environment where you are. I think Kenya is perfect, and the service you provide. And finally, it's about convincing people that it works. That's what I was saying at the beginning with when saying we were in the street telling about Kemu, and we had no
Just
website.
To convince people that this thing actually works.
Because you need to convince them, and the only way is by action. So first, I would say to everyone who has this idea, okay, you need to first think about the team you need to build to have it, and think about your idea, challenge it, and when you're sure about it, keep with it. And then I think the rest will come, because
Mono will follow.
Mono will follow. Exactly. And the thing that's it for me. That was the most important part. And identify the market. We got it. We had the good market, and then we've been judged by our actions. For you to understand, sorry.
It's okay.
At the beginning, we were offering service from Kemu for free, so we had no charging at all, because we make we just thought, okay, we offering this service, we want people to understand it's good. The best way,
that trust.
Exactly. And then we say, okay, now it's been this time almost 1 year. You've seen what we can do.
What we can do.
So this is the price we will now start charging. You totally free to accept or to continue or not. And what happened is people continue. And so this is what I was telling, like showing people that it works. But you need to be willing to lose a bit at the beginning, You cannot ask someone to pay for something that does not exist.
And that's usually a big problem, especially for young companies, when they want to stick to the original plan. They don't want to pivot or change the
you
plan
have to
in
be
any way. It's usually so hard for them to change and have a new adaptation of the whole idea. Wow. But just as you had mentioned, it's an advice for young people out there to change and have their plan be judged by the audience
Exactly.
out there.
Yeah, it's the best way. It's the best way to be the best company you want. Yeah, it's the best way.
Awesome.
But yes, but also on I mean, I talk a lot about the seller side, but from the buyer side, I mean, you cannot be coherent. You cannot be successful or be working if what you're offering doesn't make sense, right?
It's true.
So that's why, I mean, from the buyer side, you need to because we need to offer a convenient and secure way to buy. Because when we started here, it was a big moment when people were talking about fraud.
Yeah, fraud.
I don't know if you remember 1 year ago.
Exactly.
People were saying like, no,
you
internet,
might
it's
go
like
there
this.
and
Exactly.
meet the person and you
And
get
people never gave you
mugged.
exactly. So this was that's why we really work on different system to on Kemu be sure
to
that
ensure security
Exactly.
of the buyer.
exactly.
We're going to talk about that when we come in the in a few. We're going to take a short break. You're watching
Okay.
the Generation Y.
Thank
Be
you.
right back. Awesome.